Hello dear friends. In our last video, we visited London and talked about it. In the last video, we took a general tour of London. Today, we shall visit all the favorite attractions and talk about them in detail. Please subscribe the channel if you have yet not done it. It encourages us to take you to different places. For the notifications of new videos, please touch the bell icon. Let's start now. Our first stop is Tower Bridge, which is popularly known as London Bridge. Tower Bridge is one of the most iconic sites in London. It was opened in 1894, designed to echo the nearby Tower of London, although the two have no association except proximity. The bridge is a bascule bridge, which means the span lifts to allow ships and yachts through, headed for the Pool of London, the port area just upstream of Tower Bridge. River traffic takes priority over road traffic and cars have to wait when a boat wants to come through. The bridge has two high towers suspended by wires from the land and linked by a high-level walkway between. This was designed for pedestrians to be able to cross the river even when the bridge was open, and you can still walk across it today. A common confusion is that Tower Bridge is actually called London Bridge, but in fact that is the next one upstream, a much plainer bridge. The next attraction or a must-visit place is the Buckingham Palace. Buckingham Palace has served as the official London residence of Britain's sovereigns since 1837. Most impressive are the state rooms, which form the heart of the working palace. They are lavishly furnished with treasures from the royal collection and adorned with paintings by Rembrandt, Rubens, Vermeer and Canaletto. Also see exquisite examples of Swiss porcelain and some of the finest English and French furniture in the world. Outside, marvel at the ceremonious changing of the guard. After visiting Buckingham Palace, we shall move to Hyde Park. Hyde Park is the largest of four royal parks of London. The Royal Parks of London are lands originally owned by the monarchy of the United Kingdom for the recreation, mostly hunting, of the royal family. They are part of the hereditary possessions of the Crown. Hyde Park is a Grade 1 listed major park in central London. It is the largest of four royal parks that form a chain from the entrance of Kensington Palace through Kensington Gardens and Hyde Park, via Hyde Park Corner and Green Park past the main entrance to Buckingham Palace. The park is divided by the Serpentine and the Long Water Lakes. After visiting all the greenery and inhaling the fresh air in Hyde Park, we are going to visit Houses of Parliament and the iconic Big Ben Tower. Westminster Palace, home to the British Houses of Parliament, is right on the River Thames. A magnificent neo-Gothic building dating from 1840, it's most recognizable from the clock tower at one end known as Big Ben. In fact, Big Ben is actually the bell inside the tower. Parliament is made up of two houses, the House of Commons and the House of Lords, and both have their meeting chambers inside here. It is possible to sit and watch from the visitors' gallery if you like seeing grown men taunting each other with bad jokes. Once a year, the Queen puts on her crown, sits on her throne in the House of Lords and officially opens Parliament. Our next visit is to Westminster Abbey. Westminster Abbey has long been the worshipping place for kings and queens and has a rich history. Since 1066 it's been the coronation church. 38 kings and queens of England have been crowned here. Queen Elizabeth II was married here. Princess Diana's funeral was held here. and 17 monarchs are buried here. The abbey is full of art and monuments to soldiers, statesmen, artists and poets including Shakespeare and Charles Dickens. And now, it's time to visit a fun place and feel the life in London, Trafalgar Square. Dating from the 1820s and named after Admiral Nelson's last great victory, Trafalgar Square is a hub of London life. With the National Gallery on one side, beautiful Church St. Martin in the Fields just across the road and the famous Nelson's Column with its guarding lions, it's London's grandest square. It's here that London celebrates moments such as Chinese New Year and winning the Olympics, as well as having a huge Christmas tree each year. It's also here that Londoners show their displeasure about things such as wars and curbs on freedom of speech. Trafalgar Square is a wonderful place to sit and watch the world pass by. There's a common belief that if you sit here for half an hour you will see someone you know, because the whole world passes through Trafalgar Square at some point. The next attraction on our list is the Tower of London. The Tower of London is old, very old. The central White Tower was built by William the Conqueror after his invasion of England in 1066. Since 1485, the iconic red and black uniformed beefeaters have been guarding the tower. Also crucial to security are the ravens. Superstition has it that if the ravens leave, the monarchy will fall. Consequently, at least 6 pampered ravens are kept in residence at all times. Let's go for some art and culture hunting in the City of London. The next place we shall visit is the British Museum. The British Museum is one of the largest museums in the world, comparable only to the Louvre in Paris and the Met in New York. Established around 1750, the British Museum originated with Sir Hans Sloane's Cabinet of Curiosities, which he donated to the nation. It's now London's most visited attraction with over 7 million objects and a wealth of world history, from Egyptian mummies to Roman sculptures, the Greek Parthenon marbles and the Persian Oxus treasure. Thanks to the British Empire's history of conquering distant countries, there is ongoing controversy about whether some of these treasures should now be returned to where they came from. But this is no dull, dusty cupboard of old bits and pieces. The British Museum has a wide-ranging program of talks, films, family events, activities for kids, cafes and an excellent shop. The museum is housed in an imposing Greek Revival building dating from the 1850s. After the heavy dose of art and culture at British Museum, now shake off those old artifacts and painting from your head. Let's go for a pleasure trip and visit the iconic London Eye. Since it was officially opened on New Year's Eve 1999, as part of the millennial celebrations, the London Eye has become one of London's most popular attractions. It has 32 sealed pod capsules, fitting a total of 800 people, revolving on a huge Ferris wheel. One go-around takes half an hour with the wheel rotating at only twice the speed of a tortoise sprinting, so you can step on and off without the wheel needing to stop. The London Eye is the 4th tallest structure in London, so the far-reaching views over London are spectacular. On a clear day you can see as far as Windsor Castle. And the slow speed of the rotation means there's plenty of time to see everything and take lots of photos. The next attractions is the Thames River. The Thames is the longest river in England, the second longest in the United Kingdom. It flows from the west in the Cotswolds, passing through Oxford and London, ending at the sea at Southend-on-Sea in Essex. As far up as Teddington on the western edge of London, the river is tidal. Once the lifeline of London trade and communication, it's still busy with boats, sightseeing boats and houseboats mainly. Once the only way across the river was to ford it, then London Bridge was built by the Romans. Nowadays many bridges criss-cross the river. The pedestrian Millennium Bridge, Tower Bridge and Albert Bridge are among the prettiest. The Thames is home to many species of fish and birds, particularly white swans, which are to this day all still owned by the Queen. The river is also used by rowers and yachtsmen but not swimmers. The water is not the cleanest. For those who want a piece of religion in the London tour, let's visit St. Paul's Cathedral. St. Paul's Cathedral was built around 1680 after the Great Fire of London, but a church to St. Paul has stood here since 604 AD. Design: you can whisper to the wall and be heard on the opposite side of the gallery. The crypt is burial place for many important people including Sir Christopher Wren himself. The next in line is London Shard. Piercing the sky like a gigantic shard of glass, the London Shard is every bit as spectacular as it sounds. This architectural wonder, designed by Renzo Piano, is not only one of the city's most iconic structures, it also boasts the highest observation deck in London. While in London, if you want to taste theatre, head to Shakespeare's Globe. Meticulously constructed using period-appropriate materials to resemble the original Elizabethan Globe Theatre, which stood at a site just 656 feet (200 meters) away, Shakespeare's Globe brings the theatre-going experience of yore to life. Plays, not exclusively Shakespeare's, though the Bard's works do dominate the schedule, are staged in the atmospheric, circular, open-air auditorium. If you have time on hand, do not miss the changing of the guard at Buckingham Palace. The changing of the guard is a centuries-old tradition that marks the official shift change of the Household Regiment, the Queen's Guards stationed at Buckingham Palace. One of the world's most famous ceremonies and a top London experience, this ceremony gives visitors the chance to witness the grandeur of a royal march. Dressed in their iconic red suits and bearskin hats, the guards exemplify classic British pomp in a showing that's not to be missed. Now, we shall go to the Canary Wharf. At the heart of London's historic docklands, the waterfront district of Canary Wharf has transformed itself into a financial powerhouse in recent years. This area has become, along with the nearby City of London, one of the capital's most important business centres. It's time to get some thrill. Let's go on an adventurous ride on Thames Barrier speedboat. Whet your appetite for adventure with a high-speed Thames River Rib experience. Soar over the surf of London's iconic river and gaze at impressive monuments as your adrenaline levels soar. Listen to commentary from a knowledgeable guide over a state-of-the-art speaker system and see popular attractions from a totally unique vantage point. Receive personalized attention from your guide on this small group tour, limited to only 12 passengers. You can take your beloved on a romantic cruise on the River Thames. Witness the enchantment of London at night on an evening cruise along the historic Thames River. Aboard the glass-encased boat, enjoy the city's main attractions at dusk, including the Shard, Big Ben, and the HMS Belfast. Savor sparkling wine and canapes as you cruise the river and delight in the magic of London's urban shoreline as night falls. There are many more other attractions in the London which you shall experience and visit while you go around visiting the places shown in this video. Hope you liked this video. Please write your comments, like this video and share it with your friends. You can suggest the names of cities you want us to make videos of. We will meet again in the next video. Till then, please take very good care of yourself and your family. Bye bye.